They could have like Spell Pierce or something, but I think they might even just be dead through Spell Pierce. Or Afara's Dispersal. Nice. What's up, guys? It's Teta Boy. We're back for more Izzet Prowess. You guessed it. Really focusing on this deck right now and trying to optimize it and trying to get as high rank as possible. So I am trying out for Wrenn's Resolve as our I don't know what you want to call it, our card advantage engine, I guess, our way to refuel. A lot of people are playing Stock Up, a lot of people are playing Hearth Elemental. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. I tried both. Stock Up is 3 mana, and that's the main thing. It's a very powerful card, but in a shell this low to the ground, 3 mana is a lot. It makes us play an extra land, really. We should be playing 21 lands if we're playing 4 or 3 mana cards in this list. Hearth Elemental, very cool tech. It just plays pretty clunky. I mean, it's very powerful. It has a much higher ceiling, but it has a lower floor than Wrenn's Resolve. Wrenn's Resolve is very consistent. You know exactly what you're getting, and you can play it. You know, if you're stuck on lands, if you're stuck on 2 lands and you have a handful of stuff and you just need to draw land, you can just play Wrenn's Resolve to try to hit your land drop. You can't do that with Hearth Elemental. You'll discard, you know, all of your spells and you'll just be negative on card advantage. So I like that Wrenn's Resolve is just more flexible, lets us just smooth our draws and be able to dump our hand, you know, fast and refuel. Other than that, this is basically the same list as last time, just for Wrenn's Resolve, for Hearth Elemental, and sideboard's the same. I really like 4 Spell Pierce, by the way, for Esper, Pixie, and you know, any other control like Jeskai control. But especially against Esper, Pixie, if you can counter the things they like to bounce before they hit the battlefield, then you know it really bricks their deck because they have nothing to bounce. So very big fan of Spell Pierce in that matchup. And to start, we are at 729. We ended last session at 900, but I dropped all the way down again to like 95%, which is probably equivalent to like rank 2000 something. But with this version, I've shot back up to 729. So I'm excited to play today. I would love to get up to like 250 again, to within 250. But yeah, let's get started. We are on the draw. Generally want to mulligan any hand that doesn't have a threat, but we have removal and we have, you know, things to find threats, so I think we're fine with this. This is probably Jeskai control. We'll just put up Burst Lightning and probably opt on their end step. It could be the Jeskai Oculus deck. So we're just digging for threats here. Let's go ahead and Sleight of Hand. There's a threat. Okay, pretty much just straight blue-white stuff so far. Casting a Stock Up. You can possibly get a massive attack here next turn. I think I am going to still go ahead and cast this Opt. We'll take that for sure. So let's... I guess it's not a massive attack because we don't have this plotted. In my head we had this plotted. So I guess maybe we could have played Thundering Falls this turn and plotted this. I think this is fine. They probably have like temp lockdown, but I'm gonna go ahead and play my threats. I feel like the audio is still a bit loud. Yep, there's temp lockdown. Okay, we find another threat. Let's go the Spear Wrenn's resolved. Okay, Cori-Steel Cutter is a nice pickup. Play the tap land. Bars Dispersal. Yep. Oh, so this is most likely the Omniscience deck, I think. And Mill Spell Pierce. Play the Cutter. With Spear. Trigger Flurry. Sure. And mill a temporary lockdown, that's scary. We'll try to Monstrous Rage. Okay. Connect with Monstrous Rage. We have 2 Burst Lightnings in hand. Founding Riddle. That's scary. No Omniscience in the graveyard still. We have... There's another temp lockdown. Got a lot of burn in hand. Ooh. Alright, let's keep that on top. We'll go to their turn. Kicker Burst Lightning on their instep. Search your library graveyard outside the game for instant sorcery card you own, reveal it, put it in your hand. Okay, so we don't want to give them any info before they search. I suppose they could get something that... Okay, just chart a course. So they probably have Omniscience in hand. Kicker 4. They have a Far's Dispersal? No, nice. Snuck game 1 in there. We were definitely dead next turn, I think, and we got a little lucky. So we definitely want 4 Spell Pierce. We're gonna cut our Burst Lightnings. You can use Burst Lightning to like target the 1/1 with Omniscience, but it almost never matters. We will do like 2 Flood Maws to possibly bounce temporary lockdowns. What else they got? I mean, even that is really kind of corner case. I don't... It's not the best. I don't know. I think that's pretty bad. I think, like, because the... Basically, I mean, you can try to bounce, like, the... When they reanimate Omniscience. But again, it almost never matters because... They either instantly cast an Omniscience from hand with the Omniscience in play and you don't get a chance to respond, or they're holding up like counter magic. And then bouncing temp lockdown with that is just so narrow. Like theoretically it's good, but we don't want to like be trying to kill them and we have this in our hand when like we really just need like a cantrip or something to kill them. So I think we'll just do 4 Spell Pierce for 4 Burst Lightning and try it like this. This is a matchup where you definitely want Bolt Wave because you want to try to go as fast as possible. This hand isn't very fast, but we do have a Slick Shot. Okay, I'm gonna pop in their instep, and hopefully we find like a cutter. Or it's just a Spell Pierce, way to protect. or show off. That is not ideal. We would just plot. I like plotting a lot more too when you have Spell Pierce in your deck. And we just are, you know, trying to find it. Okay. And I really don't want to just like jam Slick Shot into a temp lockdown or into whatever they have up right now. So let's just Sleight of Hand. We could go Swift Spear here. Try to start applying some pressure. Let's do this. Play these two. They can temp lock down this if they have it. But we got to start getting some damage in. Wrenn's Resolve would be very nice. Yep, there's temp lockdown. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. We'll go ahead and let's save Bolt Wave. Bars Dispersal. It's kind of why I wanted to save Bolt Wave, but then also just another Prowess trigger that we're missing out on. There's no rush to cast this. I discard the Omniscience. We very easily could be dead next turn. That is a cutter. But it's just not even close to enough damage. But I guess that's our only play right now. And they could even have interaction here. Another Dispersal. Shouldn't say not even close. It puts them to 2 if they don't have anything. Yeah, they do have Dispersal. But yeah, if they have Agadeem's Awakening, we're almost certainly dead. You definitely should not just concede though. Let's plot since we have the mana. Because I've definitely had them reanimate the Omniscience, cast like, you know, one of their spells to look at the top 4 and get one or something, Confounding Riddle, and just completely whiff, and then we just, you know, like this. Like their hand could be like land, Moment of Truth, you know, and if they don't find anything, then we can win. Okay, they have the Invasion. Oh, they're just gonna cast Jeskai Revelation. That's pretty sick. Alright. We will go ahead and concede. Game 3. I don't think we want to change anything. Could do Shore Up to protect against those. Yeah, Shore Up's actually pretty good. Let's trim 2 Sleight of Hands. That's kind of slowest, one of the slowest parts of our deck. The Shore Up is actually really good against like a Forest Dispersal, especially, you know, because of the fact that they can't cast it, or they can, but they typically don't cast it until we're attacking. Costs 2 less if it targets an attacking creature. So we can, you know, play around like getting Shore Up in our hand and then attacking. Doesn't do anything against lockdown though. I miss flip out the back and phase it out. You just get to protect against board wipes too with your 1 mana protection spell. Okay, so we get double 1-drop on turn 2. And hopefully we can dig for a Spell Pierce. don't think we need that. Our hand's very blue as well. And you can't play this on turn 1. It only I mean, you can, but it only taps for red. So we definitely don't want to do that on turn 1. We play this on turn 1, and then this gives us 2 blue mana on turn 2. Have to be very conscious of your verges. Okay. Really hoping to find Spell Pierce before they get to turn 3. Archaeologist. What do they take? Dispersal? Yep. Wrenn Resolve. So let's save that. Let's Sleight of Hand. We'll take the land. We haven't made our land drop yet. I guess we just get some damage in. They're probably going to temp lockdown us, but we can get a guaranteed Monstrous Rage off. Let's opt. There's Shore Up. Do you take that now? I'll say yeah. Like, the fact that they took Afara's Dispersal means that maybe they don't have temp lockdown. So then this is good against that later. It is decently bad though if they have lockdown. Put them to 12. We got 3 points of burn in our hand too. Okay, double blue, no lockdown. Voice of Victory. That's a fun one. So that stops us from casting spells during their turn, but we can still shore up this Afara's Dispersal, which is almost definitely what's going to happen with that single blue mana. And that's another Monstrous Rage. That's actually really nice. Let's just attack. They do block, and then they're gonna Afara's Dispersal this. Is this lethal if they cast it? Yeah, luckily this isn't like Baby Teferi passive where we can't cast spells at instant speed. It's just spells during their turn. Alright, put them to 2. We have Bolt Wave in hand. They do not have Omniscience in the yard, so we aren't really in danger of dying. There's Omniscience. They got the Spell Pierce, so we can play around double Pierce. And we have 2 lethal attackers anyways. We'll pay 2. Nice. Alright, good start. We beat Omniscience, Awakening combo, whatever you want to call it. And on to the next one. Hey, oh, 629 versus 628. Very evenly matched here. Good hand. Very, very aggro. Restless Cottage. So if they are on like black removal, we just jam, show off, and attack. Because if they have instant speed removal and we plot or something, then they're just gonna wait. Only time it's would be better if it's cut down, but yeah, so like, there's nothing we can do about that anyways. Alright, Thundering Falls. That's a great draw. So let's just go Swift Spear, Talent. So this is the thing, like, if this was Hearth Elemental, we would have to cast these first But we don't have to. We could just cast this turn if we want. I do think I'm gonna cast this because if we untap land, that lets us get our guys up to 4 power. Or possibly find like a Monstrous Rage. Okay, no untap land. Let's just attack and we'll probably Burst Lightning that. Untap land off the top would be great, so we go Cutter plus Resolve. If not, Cutter plus Bolt Wave is great too. Kind of green-black midrange. Always felt like midrange decks just like prey on prowess decks really bad, generally, but anymore with Cutter, it feels like midrange is not an issue anymore, which is why I think you see so much prowess right now and just aggro in general. Like midrange can't really survive. I mean, the Esper Pixie deck kind of midrangey, but it's really more like tempo aggro, I guess. It's got a very unique angle. Okay. So, oh wow. Yeah, let's just Bolt Wave him twice. Very nice. So definitely want Shore Up. Definitely want Flood Maw. I don't think we want Spell Pierce. I think if we go to bring in Spell Pierce, we start to dilute our deck. But I mean, this is a deck that likes to go like turn 3 Preacher, turn 4 Shieldred, or, you know, I don't know if they're playing Demons, but like the, you know, turn 4 Archfiend. Like, we don't want to have Spell Pierce in that scenario, if that's what they're doing. I normally trim 1 Rage against really removal heavy decks, because Rage can get awkward if you, especially if you draw multiples, spots like that, just because you're less likely to have a creature in play. Or you don't want to be forced into a spot where you like you have to target a creature and they just have instant speed removal up. Could do like our trim, like 2 Bolt Waves, 2 Sleight of Hands. Really, Burst Lightning doesn't have a lot of great targets either. So let's do like a Burst Lightning. Could be playing Bats though, which would be annoying. Let's trim 2 Burst Lightning. It's one of the, you know, worst cards just in terms of pure efficiency. But we do want to have some burn to try to go fast if we need to, and then we'll trim 1 Sleight of Hand. Try it like that. It's one I haven't played against a lot, so it's a little bit, you know, just kind of learning how to sideboard, and I've made some changes to the sideboard since then. Okay. And isn't crazy good, but we have a Cutter. Llanowar Elves, okay. Maybe we should keep in some burn. Maybe have Torch the Towers, we'll see. Oh, nothing. Yeah, let's just opt. Definitely don't want that. Okay. 3 open mana. I didn't even attack with this though. I wonder what they could really have here. I think we just jam Cutter. Could easily have like Terrace Under, stuff like that. Yep. But we can't shore up that anyways. Now they attack. This is awkward. Only 1 blue source. that down. Try to counter it. Yeah, very awkward draw. Cutter, them having the answer for Cutter really did this hand in very badly. Wait, what? Wouldn't you like attack and then do that? That is a Cutter, but we're very out of this game. Wrenn's resolve. No, I guess we can try to get the Sentinel maybe with the shore up. Unless they hit a 1/1 counter here. Yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. We have no good blocks, really. They're gonna play Archfiend and kill us, so. Do we want to change anything? I mean, like some amount of Spell Pierce maybe, and maybe we just want to trim on the Bolt Waves and go up more of these removal spells. Make sure we can kill Elf and then like one Spell Pierce. I didn't realize they were playing Elf. Also, Burst Lightning just like lets us attack into their blockers and like make them trade and stuff. And you know, when they bring in so much remove one stuff that it is very hard to like actually get to 20 points of damage by just being aggro, then oh my gosh. Yikes. I guess we'll keep the threats and just hope we draw gas. Gotta go Wrenn's resolve, Wrenn's resolve, Wrenn's resolve. Turn 2 Sentinel, that's pretty good. We have Blood Maw. Not really doing much. We play Sentinel, crack a map probably. Choking Miasma. There's Wrenn's resolve. Let's leave open Piven Reef. Another Flood Maul. We're just very dead to this though. It's okay, let's get some damage in. This is a lot of damage. Put him to 6. And then We can get back a spell. We can get back Wrenn's Resolve next turn. You know, and they have to take a turn off to do this, really. They don't actually. They don't have double black. Oh my gosh. They have to have untapped black source. They don't. They're gonna gain 4. Or they're gonna destroy this. Nope, they gain 4. So we attack with this. This is average. Yeah. Buy back Wrenn's Resolve. Play this. Opt on top. I will definitely take that. No black source. If I win a mull to 4 against green black midrange, then I'm destined for rank 1. No black source, let's go. Holy. We legit might have lethal here. There's the other black source, so we pretty much have to kill him this turn. Let's start with Wrenn's Resolve. Yeah, we can afford to leave our pain land up. I think we should have started with Opt, to be honest. Yeah, we hit another Opt and a red source. Burst Lightning, I think that does it. So sick. Sure. Alright, let's not draw it out. Oh my god. The win against midrange on the mull to 4, that is crazy. Did we cast this Opt? Did we cast this Opt? You're damn right we cast the Opt. Let's go. Since they went to the trouble of blocking, we'll cast the Opt. Great win. Love to see it. 473, back to top 500. Let's go. Flesh-eaten gnome. Played against this person before. See how good Wrenn's Resolve was there, though? I mean, Hearth Elemental would have been good, too. You can't buy back Hearth Elemental, though, I don't think. With the Otter thing. Storm Chaser talent. Flesh-eating gnome. 309. This is a good hand. I think they were on red. I'm looking at Parlor. Put a temp lockdown in the grave is terrifying. Hold this. So we could not plot because we definitely are going to want to cast Cantrip, although they could easily be holding up Normalize. I mean, they're probably just going to keep holding it up if that's what they have. Let's just plot. Probably Lightning Helix. It's probably the Pico, like, control Lightning Helix deck. Alright. Man, that plays right into a temp lockdown. Let's just cast one threat at a time here. It seems a little troll. But, like, it looks like they had no problem with their mana. Yeah, there's Lightning Helix. So Monstrous Rage does not save that. Okay, land would be nice. Nice. We will hold on to Cutter. Cast Sleight of Hand. Take another threat. Let's just go and play it. Rediscover the Way. I love that card. Alright, we will go ahead and play into this temp lockdown. Get another threat. We have follow-up. I feel like I usually have a good matchup against this Jeskai control deck. Assuming they're just gonna Shiko here. They could Shiko temp lockdown, that would be brutal. Yep. Shiko temp lockdown. Okay. We will go Swift Spear. Let's just cast a Bolt Wave. Can we, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get Swift Spear big enough to survive the Shiko block, if they do block. And we can do it at instant speed, so let's just attack. If we take another threat, scramble over for 2, we get to keep our Swift Spear, get Shiko off the board. We're just still at 12, and they probably have like a really good hand because of the Rediscover the Way. He's that's tough. Okay. Gotta change some spells. Slick Shot is not good enough here. They try to Lightning Helix now. They can just counter that, okay. So unfortunately, they're gonna block this. To get it off the board, we would have to Burst Lightning that. Yeah, I think we have to do that. So it kind of wastes some damage here. You get to hit them down to 11. It's gonna go to 4 cards in hand. So this has 3 CMC. Yeah, I'm gonna say if they temp lock down, it doesn't take that to give us these 2 back. Floodmaw would bounce this and not give them back the copy though. Okay, they also play Split Up. Good to know. Definitely want to get our 4 Spell Pierces in. Okay. We'll keep going. I mean, we could hit, like, Wrenn's Resolve and Cori-Steel Cutter and a cantrip or something and, like, kind of be back to the races. Back off to the races. Or redraw Island. It's fine. Is that it's like Jeskai Dragons. Draw 2 with Explosion. A lot of board wipes. If this isn't Wrenn's Resolve, I'm probably just conceding. Alright. On to the next one. On to game 2. So 4 Spell Pierce, 4 Shore Up. I don't hate like Lithomantic or Floodmaw. I mean, again, bouncing anything besides Temp Lockdown is pretty bad. And generally, if they tap out to cast like Shiko or Biza, that's our chance to dump our hand with spells. So like we don't really need like Lithomantic or Floodmaw. I think Lithomantic might be worth though, because it just kills these 2 so cleanly for 1 mana. So cutting is hard though. We'll cut Monstrous Rage. Um. Hmm. We'll cut a couple burst lightnings. Maybe we cut all the burst lightnings. Because again, it's just the least efficient like burn spell we have. Cantrips all represent like more burn damage technically than burst lightning does. Because they trigger prowess and then they replace themselves. Burst lightning is just 2 damage plus prowess triggers. Got 1 talent. It's like our worst threat against like lockdown and stuff. Although the 4 mana part activated ability is pretty good. Oops, but I think I would rather have like Lithomantic, one more Lithomantic over 1 more Storm Chaser's talent. Have to draw some spell pierces for their temp lockdowns and split ups and stuff, so hopefully we do that. Okay, not like that. All right, this hand looks very good. We'll put back the Monstrous Rage and probably go turn 1 Thundering Falls. We could go Authority, which would, I would wish that we held up Spell Pierce. Yeah, let's jam. Exercise. Hit a land draw, but it's a mountain. We have all blue in our hand. We have 2 spell pierces and a shore up though, so we can definitely protect like this and any other threats we draw. Ooh. Okay, so we have to save that though. Because if we play that and play this or whatever, then we're just tapping out. And then we have no protection against temp lockdown or whatever else they want to do. So we will just pass, hold up spell pierce, and shore up. And hopefully we can like draw land or something. Do I tap out to opt? So even if we draw land though, if we waste our opt, then we don't have any way to trigger this. Okay. Go ahead and opt. See what we draw. Draw like a Swift Spear or something, I would like to cast it. Okay, land's good. So now next turn we can go Cutter, opt, and hold Spell Pierce again. Okay, we will shore up that one. I know Spell Pierce would technically be good here since they can't pay, but we definitely want to have these for board wipes. Another temp lock. All right, let's counter that one. Now we get to, okay, they do play land. Something they didn't play land because that would mean that if they go land drop next turn, then they get to play temp lockdown and hold up 2 mana. Guess we should have held that land. Depending on what we draw here. Bottom that. Okay. Good draws. We have another spell pierce. Just no untapped land, temp lockdown, please. Nice. Let's go. It'd be really funny if they play the untapped land. Oh, do they have spell pierce? Removal. Okay, we're okay with that. All right, not good draw. We can activate. Okay, we'll take Wrenn's Resolve. And so we can't activate Storm Chaser's talent and get back a 1 mana spell and cast it this turn as well if we need to. Yeah, let's just... I mean, one more point of damage. Let's save it. It triggers Cutter again next turn. That represents even more damage, and this lets us play around a board wipe a little bit. Alright, third 10 lockdown's rough. And we draw land. Great. Pico. Yeah, that's GG. Show off doesn't even do anything here because Chico has vigilance. I mean, if they like tap out and we go show off and do one of our last two Wrenn's resolves into like a million cantrips and a monstrous rage, good win. Alright, let's give it a run. We simply need them to not have anything. Draw 4 cantrips in a row. Alright, they have another lightning helix. Bolt wave, not gonna do it. Cool. I'm good with wrapping this one up. We are not getting there. It's alright. I feel like we usually crush that matchup. But they did draw very well, drew the 3 temp lockdowns, so kind of hard to beat that. Okay, on to the next one. We're against Elf Kicker, rank 34. 4 lands, but this is keepable. Okay, no cut down. So probably Esper bounce. Momentum breaker. Talent's good. Pixie. Momentum breaker again. Yep. Their spell pierce would be nice. Spell pierce this, now they can't bounce it anymore. It's up now. Oh, that I didn't realize that triggered that. We'll take a cutter for sure. We have a chance. Cutter. Kill the Pixie. We can get a spell back. Okay. Take a sleight of hand. I think they're too far away to really try to burn them here. Now, do we cast these or hold these to make sure we can get a cast next turn? I guess it doesn't really guarantee anything because there's no guarantee that we'll even have a creature in play. I'm certain they have some kind of removal here. But we'll take that for sure. Yeah. I guess Rage would have let us play around that if we just held that up. Oh, that's tough. On tap land, we can go for the level 3 here against the just tiny big enough deck. Opt. We'll take that. Good pickup. They know about the rage. We will go ahead and rage this. Put you to 5. We already used their level 2 here. So gotta draw something. We got 4 Wrenn resolves still in the deck. And we're a long way from dead. That's a lot of times this Esper deck, you're like, they've just chipped in so much damage with the otters and stuff, but that's not the case here. Okay. A lot of damage again. Just tap with everything. We could get blown out. Okay, nowhere to run's brutal. So they get to block 2 of our things for free here. You get them to 3, that's important. Oh, they get to gain 4, or gain 2. Attacking. Wrenn's resolve off the top would be so sick. Kaito. I'm gonna stun this guy.
Be jealous of my out of the shadows and into the fray. You're not going anywhere.
Bounce a removal spell. And we draw a tap land. Tap land's absolute worst case there. Can't even ult this.
I just hate a fair fight.
Just rage doesn't do it. We're probably just dead, but I mean we have no plays, so let's just do this. Yeah, we're dead. Tough. Almost got there. Okay, 4 spell pierce. Don't really like shore up. They do have a lot of spot removal, but they just get to, you know, like shore up doesn't even work against nowhere to run on a slick shot. And they just get to bounce it back to their hand anyways and just like keep going. So let's cut the bolt waves. It's kind of a very resource grindy game. And they probably do bring in more spot removal, like, well, I know they're bringing Grim Bauble, probably, I'm gonna keep. We want a hand that's like resilient to discard. We have a lot of selection here. We'll find a Cori-Steel cutter. I've seen people playing Izzet Prowess and just having like 2 Obstinate Baloth in their deck in the sideboard, which is really funny. Alright, we will Wrenn's resolve. Flooding. We have plenty of things to discard. They're gonna go Pixie. Oh, okay, Grim Bobble. There's the Pixie. Another land. Oh my gosh. Alright. Just a bad keep, I guess. I don't know, with how much we could discard 2 things to the bottom. Doesn't even do anything. We draw. How many lands is this? 8 out of 7, 12, 17? I guess it's not even crazy. 8 out of our top 17 cards were lands. Or wait, we didn't count these. 9 out of our top 19. Yeah, it's not even really crazy. Probably just a bad keep. Yeah, I guess we'll just kick or kill this. I don't know. Alright, that was rough. Try this. We'll take 3rd land. Get in our point of damage. If they're gonna lightning helix us or something, they're gonna do it when this is plotted. Like when they see it plotted, so. It's pretty nice though. I'm down to 9 and we have 7 points of burn in hand. We can cast all of them next turn too. But they really need temp lockdown here. Lightning Helix is good, but it only kills one thing. Right then. Let's say I have 1 mana thing here. I think they're dead. Let's just attack. So we can actually just let the damage go through and do it now. Alright. Start game 1. Let's do 4 Spell Pierce, 4 Shore Up. Then get to see what they're on besides Jeskai and a Ride's End. Let's cut a couple Burst Lightnings, 1 Rage, 2 Sleight of Hand, 1 Talent. I think we did something like that last time. All right, 2 cutters. Hopefully we can find like Spell Pierce. Two Monstrous Rage is not great. There's Spell Pierce. Let's go ahead and jam 1. Okay. Alright. They didn't have that 2 mana exile and artifact. Stock up. Now the question is, do we play second cutter and then just hold up Spell Pierce? I think the answer is yes. It is slow and unfortunate, but I mean, especially after they cast stock up, like they're going to have answers. They're gonna have temp lockdown most likely. And then next turn we can go Sleight of Hand and Wrenn's Resolve if we want. Do a crazy amount of damage if we hit a land. Okay. Start with Sleight of Hand. Go Sleight of Hand, Bolt Wave to trigger these. We'll take a Slick Shot. It's a good follow-up if they board wipe. If they play a spot removal spell, I'm not going to Spell Pierce it. We don't care about that. That is totally fine. I mean, they could be playing around Pierce and they play untap land here. I mean, us leaving up this mana kind of gives it away. So they're probably going to go untap land and block down. I haven't really seen many of these lists play Ride Down. Unless... Wow. We are okay with that. Still aren't hitting the land. They're probably just dead though, because this is like 9 damage from hand on top of creatures and prowess triggers. So they could have like Spell Pierce or something, but I think they might even just be dead through Spell Pierce. Or Afara's Dispersal. Nice. Alright, GG's. Alright, we're gonna finish at 610. What do we start at? Not bad though, not bad. Alright, so overall, I think this is the list I'm gonna stick with going forward. I mean, I'm always open to make changes. Lithomanic Barrage in the sideboard seems to not be doing anything, so maybe that could be 2 more slots. Don't really know what I would want. Could maybe bring in like 2 stock ups even to go even grindier against some matchups. But yeah, overall, I think that performed really well. I think we would have won more games if we ran just a little bit hotter tonight. We kind of flooded out a decent amount and got kind of unlucky with some mulligans and then the 3 temporary lockdowns. So that happens. That's variance in Magic though, but I think the list performed very well. And I think my pick for between Wrenn's Resolve, Hearth Elemental, and Stock Up is Wrenn's Resolve right now. Yeah, so there you go. There's my latest iteration of Izzet Prowess, and I will catch you next time. Peace.